couple years ago, we did 70 million in sales with 70 people.
Before that, you had been a sailor, a chef, a logger, and a cowboy. In the mid-'80s, you started Talan, but before that, you had been a sailor, a chef, a logger, and a cowboy.
Lumberjack.
Lumberjack. Thank you.
A logger. Well, logger. You said logger.
Lumberjack is
Did
more
you have
fun.
roughneck was in there? Oil fields? That's
No,
roughneck.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know about that one.
I worked in the oil patch, which was, it's about as cool, it's about as manly as work can get. You know, people lose their lives, lose limbs all the time. I mean, same with logging. It's like, I was very dangerous. But yeah, I was young and invincible. So
how'd you get into manufacturing then?
my family was in it. My grandfather started a manufacturing company back probably post-World War II. And it was like back then, you know, he had probably an 8th grade education, built up a hell of a company, had hundreds of 250 people, 3 shifts, built brand new building. Cleveland was full of manufacturing, you know, geniuses, and everybody was in manufacturing back then. I learned about how to do deals and stuff from my dad. I never worked for them, but manufacturing was kind of not foreign to me. It was kind of in my blood. I was at a conference. I was in the coatings industry, you know, high performance paints. And this guy said, you know, what's your family doing? I said, well, my family's in manufacturing. He opened his briefcase, said, I need $500,000 of these. So what do you want to pay? He said, well, if I could get it for 17 cents. I said, I have no idea. I'm a contractor. I'm a material sales guy. I said, I really have no idea. But let me tell you, I took it to my family dinner that Sunday. I said, hey, Dad, guy wants to buy $500,000 of these for 17 cents. I did the math, and I was assuming there might have been room for a little commission for his son, you know, a finder's fee. And he goes, well, it's not a good work for us. We're not a high volume stamper. My brother pulled me aside and said, hey, let's just, you and I will get this done. We'll figure it out. So we had our first meeting, and he says, okay, it's going to be 3 of us. You and me, and again, I'm John Talan. We're going to be partners, a third. So his thinking was, we're going to start a manufacturing company. I just wanted to sell a deal. I literally stumbled into this company. And at one time, Talan Products was one manila folder with a few sheets of paper in it, and it said Talan Products. And that was the whole company, was one folder. And literally, we all threw in, what was it, $2,100. That covered the material to build a die. And my partner that was the die maker contributed labor for free. We built a die and we're off to the races. We ran that part for 35 years.
So what are the products you make?
Yeah, so we make a lot of building products. We manufacture a lot of parts for the commercial roofing industry. They're unknown, they're unseen. They used to be 2 cents, now they're 10 cents. I mean, so they're little 10-cent parts, but we sell them by the truckload or by the tens of truckloads. A truckload will hold 1 million pieces, and we sell, well, hundreds of truckloads. You know, we sell hundreds of millions of pieces. Sometimes 150 or 200 million pieces of one part number, just one part. So a lot of our parts are bigger. We make a lot of solar mounting hardware. We've identified, this is funny, I kind of felt it was like a hack, you know, like I targeted highly disruptive industries that were undergoing a change. Solar, electric vehicle, LED lighting. The roofing industry, we went after single ply roofing. It was a new way to make roofs.
So you got in early.
We got in early and we got hooked up to some big horses and we rode them. And we did the same thing in the solar and LED lighting, you know, but if I identify a market that's high growth, it's easier to, I'm lazy at heart, you know, it's easier to grow if your customers are growing.
And is it working on solar and EV now?
Yeah. EV is a little different because it's still, for the most part, it's a traditional automotive supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do make parts for Rivian, you know, we're tier 2, but we're the Amazon delivery van. And we've made parts for Toyota and Hummer and Honda and GM and Ford and BMW and Hyundai. And over the years, you know, I'm sure at some point in our conversation, we'll talk about culture. And we really strongly believe in a collaborative culture, that working together, both, you know, the collaboration of our employees and us, our suppliers and us, our community and us, you know, that if everybody's working together, you know, you split the pie and everybody wins.
What's it mean to be a good collaborative partner to you?
Well, I know what it means to be a bad one is when they say, what's mine is and what's yours is ours. that concept. That's what they like to share when it's sharing our products, our money. But we've always been collaborative and have a cool culture. We try to you catch more flies with honey. When we were outlining our core values: safety, collaboration, tenacity, and respect. Tenacity, we get things done. We just keep at it. We get it done. Respect is kind of a weird one. Just don't be a jerk. So that's okay. Safety trumps everything in our manufacturing environment because it's potential for catastrophic injury. So collaboration really is my favorite because it is why it's what I attribute a lot of our success to. But people think of collaboration. I collaborate with my customer because that's what we are, right? We're here to serve the customer. But really, you have to collaborate. Interdepartmental collaboration is huge. So you really, it's like the golden rule. You treat others like you want to be treated. And the collaboration, a collaborative and working together environment I just think it's way more productive and way more successful and way more. Everybody pulls, all the jackasses pull in one direction. It's easier to, I think it's easier to succeed. I don't know how people succeed in this command and control environment where everything's a fight and everything is, everybody's being yelled at all the time.
One thing I know you do is you really build people up, right? You will take somebody that maybe somebody else won't take, and you'll really invest in them.
Oh yeah,
in those early stages. Can you tell me why
we
do
hire
that?
we hire for attitude and aptitude, not necessarily skills. Our society now is not training people to be manufacturers anymore. There used to be shop class when we were young, so we have to do the training in ourselves.
What do you see? Like, what is different about your approach in an industry that, other people could do? It's not like you invented a magical formula 50 years ago and it's just flying off the shelf.
One of the things we've done is, we look at every little thing, and if we can get 0.1% improvement on 20 things going down the P&L, well, 20 times 0.1, you start to pretty soon it makes you a couple more points, And I'd say it's laser focused on all the little things. A couple years ago, we did 70 million in sales with 70 people. The industry at that time was 190, 195 per person. We were almost 5x in productivity. And the other number I like to brag about is our value add per employee. The material and outside work, we can't squeeze that. That is what it is. But the labor, overhead, profit, those are all the fungible part that we can massage and grow and be more efficient at. Our value add is about 150% of the industry's average.
Is that all the focusing on the little stuff and, continuing to improve each piece?
Yeah. I mean, continuous improvement, just basic management, being a good, well-run company. Yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't think there's a silver bullet. You grow from laser beam focus on the problems and being obsessed, possessed. That's one of our secrets of growth was I was obsessed, possessed. When we started the company, we were young. We'd work all day and then go out to the bar at night. And I remember one of my partners once said, "Well, enough. We don't have to talk shop anymore. We could drop it. We're out enjoying ourselves." I'm thinking, you have to talk shop 100% of the time if you're growing. If you're chasing the big goal, you got to give it 100%. You got to give it full throttle.
Okay, so you're also going to have to transition this awesome business at some point as well.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me how you're thinking about that? Because so many other people are in your exact spot.
Yeah.
Owners in the region.
Yeah, I'm 68, so all entrepreneurs leave their companies someday. Some horizontally, some vertically. I really like my job. I really like what I do. It's just getting fun now. We're just getting up to a scale that we grow 20% a year. We've done it for 38 years. Last year we grew 19.7%. So it's just the numbers are getting big and it's really fun now. I don't want to walk away now. Although one of my friends is a banker and she goes, I said, you guys are circling me like I'm a piece of meat on the side of the road and you're the buzzard. She goes, well, we do know how old you are. So, yeah, I think about it all the time. There'll probably be a phased or gradual, staggered retirement. What's important that I'm not critical to the everyday running of the company. So I've been working towards that for many years, which goes to having this really excellent staff. I mean, we've got, I can't take credit for the running of the company now is done by all these pros, you know. And but yeah, someday hopefully there'll be a number of strategics that are having a fight over me. That would be a nice way to have it.